Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Mal Hall, thank you for joining me today. I'm glad I didn't fuck up the name this time.
Yeah, it's all good. Thank you for having me.
I've heard so much about you from Steven, who's your publicist, who I know. So I'm looking forward to this conversation. And I love
Yeah,
talking to meetings, so it's always a good time.
awesome, man. Well, I'm excited to have the conversation with you too.
And right now you're opening for Anjelah Johnson-Reyes, who has a ton of tour dates. So that must be exciting.
Yes, I've worked with Angela for quite some time, probably close to 10 years at this point. Um, but the tour this year is pretty exciting. It's a bus tour and it spans basically the entire country, and it's it's fun. It's fun touring with her because the audiences are always fun, and it doesn't feel like work. It feels like if you were just traveling with like one of your best friends, and then you had to work for an hour every day. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the tour.
Oh, that's great. I'll probably see you when you're in Red Bank.
Hell yeah, hell
So
yeah.
that'll be fun. I want to know, I'm curious about how you know Angela and how you guys have known each other for so long. But before that, I kind of want to go back a little bit to like your
Mhm.
early years. So where did you grow up and how did you become interested in comedy in the first place?
So I'm born and raised in San Diego, California,
Uh,
and so I've been, and I currently live here. I recently bought a house with my wife, and so we put in our roots down here with our kids, and but I got into stand up by accident, really. Like I wanted to be a sportscaster, like on ESPN. That was my like goal. So going to college, I had to take an internship with my communication major. Ended up working, taking an internship at iHeart, which was Clear Channel at the time. And the morning show guy that I was working with said he did stand up before he did radio. And I always wanted to try stand up, but didn't know how to start because I'm from a little tiny rural town outside of San Diego. And so he basically told me, get a notebook, write down all your funny ideas, and wherever they'll let you talk on a microphone, any open mic, basically, go find out if you're funny. And it took me a year and a half to start. And once I started, I literally have not stopped. And that's 18 years ago
wow, that's great. What show was it? Which
now.
channel?
The show was called AJ's Playhouse.
Oh,
And it was on Channel 933, so like the pop station. And you know, radios, as you know, is the kind of world that you sort of get into, and it's like a lot of us work every job. So it's like I started as an intern, then got into promotions, then I was a board op, then I was a nights and weekends DJ, and then I was a morning show producer before I quit all those jobs to do this full time.
that's so funny. That was literally, so you know the radio game. That's exactly how it was my first station. I was a promotion
Yeah,
assistant, then I was like an on-air jock on the weekends, then morning drive producer and such. So that's interesting. You know the
yeah.
radio game.
I know the radio game. I still have a lot of friends in radio, which like definitely helps me with this career now, with the on the promotion side. But yeah, like the humble beginnings of, hanging up posters on the side of the road for whatever the summer concert was and like club hits and handing out stickers like from the old school radio like
Yeah.
promotion to like where it is now is like kind of funny to see the evolution. But yeah, I definitely come from the radio world and still have those friends. So interviews like this are like really fun for me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Radio is interesting. Well, you know what? You kind of dodged a bullet because having worked in radio, I've survived a lot of format changes. So
Hmm.
those are the worst. And I don't think people realize when you work in radio, if they decide to change a format from like a hot AC to an R&B station or country or whatever,
Hmm.
everyone's literally out the door. So you don't have a job like that and you need to try to find another station anywhere that'll pick you up. So,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like as cutthroat. I mean, it's its own like Wild West that you guys sort of survive in. I've, definitely have friends that are like, my contract is up and I need to, they're in renegotiation and it's going well. And then, like you said, like format flip. And then it's like, okay, back to square zero. Like, let me
yeah.
figure out what I'm doing. Like, it's wild.
God, that though they were not fun.
Yeah.
Uh, but and that's so funny. You look like you could be a sports broadcaster too. On
Yeah.
ESPN or something.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Okay.
So you got to the comedy game like I can't. So 18 years ago then, and
Yeah.
how was that experience when you started initially? Was it intimidating?
Yeah, so I tell people like it took me a year and a half to like get the cajones to go on stage and then like I was basically addicted after that first set. So I never had like outside of the first set, I don't really feel like I was ever nervous. Like it was just the most fun and to this day it's like the most fun I have every day when I get to go up there and, entertain people, but also find out like, is this idea that I had funny? Is this going to resonate with these people? How many people are going to see the same picture that is in my head tonight? And then if it doesn't work tonight, how do I figure out how to get more people to see this picture tomorrow? Is like sort of a fascinating little science for me. But my path was kind of random and super lucky. Like I was doing open mics for 3 years, and then I randomly was told by a comedian that NBC was doing this talent search in San Diego. It was called the Stand Up for Diversity, and it was like they were looking for all, comedians of different ethnic backgrounds, and they were only seeing 100 comedians in like 5 cities, so 500 comedians total, and then whoever made the five top five or top 10 of that nationwide search got to go on a college tour with NBC. And I found out like the day before they were coming to San Diego and knew nothing about it. Decided to spend the night outside of this comedy club, so I had a spot in line. And that sort of decision changed my life because 3 years in, I made the top 10. Long story short, I made the top 10 and then made the top five. So I did the college tour, and I was like making money as a comedian, 3 years into doing stand up, and sort of I haven't looked back from there.
That's great. And it's because it's
Yeah,
tough in the beginning to get started in comedy. Like I hear so many crazy stories. So
yeah.
that's good.
It's super tough. And sort of in that, like once I was starting to work is when I met Angela because I was still touring the colleges, but like definitely not enough confidence to quit any of my jobs. So I was like working three part-time jobs, touring around the country, and then like randomly Angela was in San Diego. I was working at one of the morning shows, and
Okay.
they were like, "Oh, you should have Mal open your shows. He's a comedian." I would not have called myself a comedian at that time, but she was so nice and allowed me like I hosted the shows that weekend for her. And um and then fast forward 3 years after that, I was in LA and ran into her at the Improv, and she's like, "Oh, you're still doing stand up," which is lets you know that that first weekend was not the best. 'Cause she's like, "Oh, you're still here."
Yeah.
Uh and at that point, we exchanged numbers, and she's like, "You should come do some shows for me." And then, she started bringing me out little by little, and now I'm like one of her main sort of supports on the road.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
So you've known her a long time. You've probably done more work with her as the years went on.
for sure.
And now you're opening for this huge tour that she's doing. I feel like she just keeps adding more dates and more dates.
Yeah.
So that has to be fun, especially like you said, it's a bus tour.
Yeah, so it's Angela Johnson's family reunion tour, and I think as of now there's like 60 dates this year, and we're getting ready to go on the first leg, which is like the spring, and it goes from Denver up to your neck of the woods up there northeast. And it's gonna be awesome, dude. It's gonna be very, very cool. All big theaters. And for me, as a I mean, basically unknown to most of the population, it's like, and I'm not on any TV shows or anything like that. It's like this is my way to like basically introduce myself to the country like on a pretty big level. I mean, the shows are all like 2,500 to 5,500 seats, and it's like, hey, I'm the funniest comedian you've never heard of. Hello.
That's gonna be a good vibe.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
is that like exciting or intimidating for you or both?
Just exciting. It's exciting because I have no like being the main support act on any tour, I feel like is the best job in America because it's like that it's all of the responsibility and pressure is on the headliner for all the business stuff, and it's like you just show up and do the best job that you can and look awesome, and that's all you're responsible for is like your part on stage. So for me it's like I'm super pumped. I like get to introduce my comedy to all these people around the country and like get new fans and hang out with one of my best friends. It's like very low stakes for me.
That's good. That's good. And I feel like
Yeah.
when you open for a big act like Angela, afterward you like blow up from there. Because like
Yeah.
Angela's big because I remember last year, Shang Wang was opening up for Ali Wang and on tour, and now he's
hmm
like doing solo tours and selling out the same type of venues. So
Yeah.
it could be like
For sure that's the goal. That's the goal. That's what I'm trying to manifest, is like is definitely putting in the work and super, super, super grateful for like this opportunity, but really trying to like connect with people that will become my community and sort of help put more wind behind my sails so I can sort of push in that direction. I have 3 kids, so it's like I need to sort of figure out how to get people to come to my shows so I'm making money so we're not homeless. You know what I mean?
yeah, especially in California. I feel like East Coast
Oh yeah.
are so expensive,
Oh yeah.
especially
Oh yeah.
Vegas.
Oh yeah. Literally, we bought this house, which is it's not like a big house. I'm currently in the shed. Like this is where I get my quiet is in the shed. And like I think a month and a half after we bought here, the interest rate went up, and then also San Diego got announced as like the most expensive city in America to live in. And it's like, cool, cool,
Yeah, I've
cool.
read
Make,
that.
making good decisions over here.
At least it drives you, it motivates you.
Oh yeah, I have a definite why, that is for sure.
How old are your kids?
Uh, I have a son who's 5, a daughter that's two and a half, and we have a son that is 9 months old.
Oh wow, congratulations.
Yeah, brand
Okay.
new family.
When did you get married?
We got married last year, but we've been together for 16 years. So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I was doing a long lease.
Cool.
Got to make sure that this is going to work out. So wait, my dating advice is like date for a good 9 years before you propose, um, and then have a global pandemic hit, and then wait another, do have a nice 3-year engagement, and then have your wedding. And also in between all that,
Survive
have
all of
two,
that.
yeah, yeah, have 2 kids too, just to make sure it's going to work out okay.
That's an interesting story. I'm sure that like you worked that into your comedy.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't yet. The kids have sort of dominated the writing right now. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff about being a new parent. I'm a millennial, so it's like comparing how my peers are deciding to raise their kids uh and juxtaposing it to how we were actually raised
Oh yeah.
is giving a lot of material right now. I'm having a hard time fitting in because I'm raised by a single mom. I'm born in 84, so like I'm a 80s, 90s kid, and just the way we were parented, and it worked, by the way, we're all alive,
Yeah.
is so like different than how we're choosing to raise our kids. And I like trying to fit in without doing all the things that millennial parents do is sort of like where a lot of the comedy is at for me right now.
That's so interesting. I mean, like, because I want to have a kid, but because
Yeah.
I'm the fourth in my family, like William, that was kind of
Yeah, it
funny.
was super funny on my end too. That felt awesome. We
I was like, at first I thought
full
it was,
panic. What the fuck just happened?
yeah, it was, yeah, and all of a sudden it dropped, and then at first I thought it was me. I'm like, don't tell me that my space is full again. Um, because I almost panicked.
Yeah.
I was doing an interview the other day with Susan Miller, who's like a really well-known celebrity astrologer, and we had just wrapped
Hmm.
the interview and then we were bullshitting. It was a long interview, like a 2 hour one. And then all of a sudden it said recording
Hmm.
stopped due to space. And I was panicking. I'm like, please tell me I'm not going to lose this 2 hour conversation. But I figured I recovered it.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't me this time.
Yeah, this for sure. I'm like my laptop is plugged in. So I'm like, how does this thing like it literally just died, like low battery died and it's plugged in and so fingers crossed the shit doesn't do it again. Um but you were saying that you wanted to have a kid?
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't even know how, I'm like, when I think about it in theory, because I do want to have a kid, I want to have like the fifth, but meaning
Hmm.
like William the fifth. But
Yeah.
when I think about it in theory, I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna parent like today? I'm like, it scares me.
Yeah. It's definitely you have to what I've found. I mean, I think I'm trying to raise my kids the way my mom raised me and my siblings, like 80%. Like to 20%, 20% was like, all right, I didn't really like that. And as an adult, I don't see how this was necessary. But
Yeah,
the 80%, which is most of it, is like it's still valid today. And like I believe in rules. I believe in saying no. I believe in like sort of all of these things that are kind of frowned upon now.
yeah,
And like I believe in having expectations that your kids are gonna follow your directions. Like and it's so I'm a monster. That's like where a lot of my set comes from is like how my friends and how society reacts to like how I parent, and it's hilarious. And you'll get to see it when we're up in New Jersey. And
yeah, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it.
hmm.
And I have to say that it's so funny that you called, so you just got married, but your 15-year lease.
Yeah.
And I do think that's something important to touch upon because, like, you see a lot of people today, they're like, if you're not engaged in 2 to 7 years, you need to end it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Every person I know that gets engaged just because whoever they're with has like a timeline, they never last.
Yeah, for sure.
They never last. So I actually think it's better to like go at your own pace instead of going on this like societal timeline, which I feel sets you up for failure.
For sure. And I believe the exact same thing. My wife and I dated long distance for 8 years. I lived in LA for the 8 years that I was like once I started touring a lot and I was like I was taking a lot of meetings and going on auditions and stuff. I was like I have to move from San Diego to LA. So I lived there for 8 years and my wife and I were dating and she lived here and like we were dating long distance for 8 years and there are so many of like the girlfriends that were like when are you gonna make him move back here or like when are you guys gonna move in together or get engaged. Like you guys have been together 3 years, 5 years, whatever. And we're, you know, tribute to my wife and I guess the strength of our relationship, we were just kind of like, we're not going on the whatever your time schedule is. We're both comfortable and like this is how we're gonna do it. And it's worked out. Like our dating relationship outlived some weddings that we went to from our friends that were like on their timeline.
Yeah, the timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, we outlived them, and then like I think we've outlived a handful of like marriages in our dating, and so we were definitely secure in our situation. Like when I proposed, uh, and we're now married, and I never felt pressure. Like you have to do it. It's like we're good. Even when I asked her parents for like permission, which was hilarious to ask your in-laws 9 years in, like, hey, is it cool if I know I've been around for almost a decade. Are you cool with me uh proposing to your daughter? They were like, obviously it's fine. And we just assumed that you guys were going to be the kind of people that never get married but stay together forever. So I was like, okay, cool. It's also weird that I felt nervous to ask
That is,
for permission
yeah.
9 years in. I
After
still
you've
felt the
known them
same
so
pressure.
long.
Yeah. Yeah. 9 years and one baby in, I was still nervous. Like, is it cool?
That's hysterical. It's not the baby. The baby wasn't the big deal. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Is
fun.
it if
So
is
who
it
knows
cool
where
if we
we're going
sign some legal documents together?
I mean, at that point, I mean, like, did you have a big wedding or no? Because I mean, at that point, yeah, I figured.
No. We like we uh, we had a tiny wedding and I believe my memory's really bad, but I believe it was like uh no, we were still in the other house. I think we had just purchased this house or we're like in the works of purchasing this house. And so our money was super short. Um we had a 50-person wedding. 50 our capacity was 50 people and our neighbor who is like a landscape architect basically donated his backyard as our wedding venue. And
That's
so we had like a backdoor wedding or a backyard wedding with 50 people. Uh, it was awesome.
I like that honestly because unless someone else is paying for it, I don't know if I would want to have a shit ton of people at my wedding. I don't know if I like that many people. You know what I mean? And then it
Yeah.
gets involved, and you're like, you need to invite this cousin that you've only seen 10 times in your life.
Yep.
Invite this one, this one. It's like,
Yeah. We definitely dealt with a little bit of that. I mean, I'm part Japanese, so the Asian guilt is for sure like was applied. And it's like, I would love to invite everyone, but it's like 50 people is not a lot of people
yeah,
when you could do 50 people that are just family. And it's like, well, we would prefer to have our friends there that
yeah,
are like active in our lives, not like have to invite this uncle because if we don't invite this uncle, then this aunt is going to be mad because we were invited to their wedding. And it's like, dude, we're not playing those games.
yeah.
Like, we don't have a lot of money. We, we, how's this for catering? We hired a taco truck. We had a
I like
taco
that.
truck in a backyard. My friend is a DJ who's like a radio DJ, DJ'd our wedding. I have friends that are like everyone, like I just flexed my entire network of friends. Like I have a ton of bartender friends. I had a bartender friend bartend the wedding, and it was super just like DIY, low key in a backyard, but like super dope. And like that's what I recommend to everybody. Why are we spending a Maserati on a wedding when it's like you can save that money to buy a house? It's like if these are your friends you should probably be able to have fun with these people for free. So like, why are you paying $500 a plate so you can hang out with your friends? Like, it's
That I
weird.
love the way you did it, where you used all your connections to
Yeah.
make it happen. That is smart. That is honestly something I would do because I really think to have a wedding these days, it doesn't make a big wedding. Like I said, it doesn't make sense. One, if someone else is, unless someone else is paying for it, or
hmm
two, unless you know that in gifts you're gonna recoup all that money, which is almost never happens.
And that's another thing. It's like, I, I don't know. I think it's just the way my brain works. It's like, we didn't, I want to say we didn't really accept a ton of gifts. It's like, dude, like, we just want you guys to hang out with us. Also, this is like the advantage of being 10 years in, 10 plus years in when you get married. It's like, just come and hang out. We already own a blender. We're good. We don't like, we already have the stuff that we need. Like, just come hang out. Like, just the social pressure of everything that you have to do is kind of gone when you're together for a decade. It's like pretty great.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. And you did it smart too. You probably
Yeah.
won't have much money if you tapped into like all your connects, right?
Dude, for our wedding, we were like under 5 Gs.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Yeah. And it's like, for me, it was a bonus because all of the bartender, the DJ, the photographer, these are all friends that like, if I had to hire out, like, they wouldn't have made the 50 people. But now it's like, and I only get 25. So it's like they wouldn't have been in my 25. But now that you're like working, I get to see you at my wedding, which was like pretty cool. And it was like chill. It's not like stay back there and work. It's like, pretty lax, like backyard wedding. So I got to hang out with my friends who were also working for me.
yeah.
And it was like, yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's real
Yeah.
smart thinking. It's so funny because like I have a coworker and someone was talking to me about it the other day, and him and his soon-to-be wife are both spending 60K each on their wedding. And when I heard that, I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. That is so fucking dumb. If you're able to put that money aside, buy property.
Yeah. Yeah.
No day is worth that money at
Yeah.
all.
I hope they make it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah,
$120,000.
yeah.
That's so much money.
All I'm thinking is like that could be a down payment on a really nice fucking house.
Yeah,
Like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah. $120,000 is, yeah, that's a great down payment. I mean, just rent an Airbnb and hire a taco guy, dude.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
But people are crazy with that even today. Even in this economy, I would be like that. That's just a stupid decision, I think. It really is.
Yeah, I think it boils down to it's a flex, Like people just want to flex a little bit. People want to have something Instagrammable, and it's very sort of where we are as Americans right now. It's just kind of very surface, very look at me, and it's like it's less thought of like, is this a smart thing to do, and more thought of like, do I look cool? Do I look like I'm better than my friends who I'm inviting to this thing?
Yeah.
Like that's important to me.
Yeah.
So, what is it? 120? Fuck it. Yeah. We have credit cards.
A day. That is crazy.
No. And the same sort of mentality for the listeners and viewers. Like I keep this mentality with my kids as well. It's like we go to you go to like a 2-year-old's birthday party and you could tell like, oh, they've spent 5 grand on this birthday party that this 2-year-old is for sure not going to remember at all. You will not catch me doing that.
Yeah.
I'm the dad that you see at the park in your community at 6 a.m. sitting on tables with an aggressive face so no one wants to sit there. So we can have the birthday party at the park for free at 11 at 11 a.m. That's the dad that I am. Like we're not.
I just think like why do a party like that for a kid that's not even gonna fucking remember? Save it for when they're like 16 or 18 or 21. Like make it special so that they'll remember it, not at an age where they're gonna have no recollection of it at all.
That's not how millennial parents work, Will. They need it on Instagram. We spent $1,500 on this balloon arch, and then we spent another 2 grand on the balloon arch in the back. Like it's stupid. I can't.
The priorities.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so you said you're half Japanese?
Yeah.
So you're mixed, right?
I'm mixed. I'm mixed, yeah. My mom is yeah, my mom's Japanese. My grandma is full Japanese, and my grandfather, like my mom's dad, is like Japanese and Chinese and some other stuff. But we claim Japanese. It's like the main one.
Yeah.
And we have family in Japan and stuff, so it's like I tell people I'm Japanese.
Oh wow, do you ever travel there?
I've been to Tokyo once. It's like I can't wait to go back. It's probably the coolest city I've ever been to. Imagine New York, but clean and safe. That's Tokyo. Clean, safe, and doesn't smell like pee anywhere is like that's Tokyo.
I heard that it's like like you said, a really safe city. Like there's like really no crime. You could go out at night and not like have to watch over your shoulder type of deal.
Yep. Yep. Tons of famous stories of like it's a country and a people that is like ruled by honor, you know? They have honor. And so they don't want to do anything that's like embarrasses themselves or their family or the country. So people sort of act right. It's less of a selfish sort of place. My friend told me a story. This is decades ago, but his mom was a flight attendant and she was there in Tokyo with a friend. They're taking pictures all over the city, and her friend forgot her camera at this park and they're flying, back and forth. They finally get an assignment back to Tokyo, go to that park. This is weeks later, and the camera is right where she left it.
Wow.
And I feel like to a certain extent, that sort of same energy is there today. Like when we went, I've been there a couple of times now. And each time it's like, you know, certain countries you go to, they're like, be careful of pickpocketers. People are pickpocketing That was not the energy there. It's like, be careful to not eat ramen 7 times a day. That was sort of more the energy of like, it's safety is for sure. Like, you could be a woman and like drink there and walk home drunk without feeling like the whole world is like waiting to attack you kind of energy.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
I would love to visit there.
you should go.
Yeah. It's like night and day compared to here.
For sure, for sure. Amazing food, like some of the best food I've ever had. And it's just like, I don't know, it feels like the future when you're there. Like just all the stuff that they do feels like, oh, I can't wait for this to get to America in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a very interesting life between
Yeah.
growing up in San Diego, like your background, going from radio to comedy,
Yeah.
makes for a good stand-up, I'm
I
sure.
th- I think so. I think so. I'm like I'm enjoying the journey, dude. It is like one of these things. It's like I'm 40 now, and it's like as you get older, you realize like how how quickly you got to 40. So
Yeah.
like life goes pretty fast. And so you appreciate I'm trying to appreciate the time more now because I know how fast it's going. Like I had so many cool experiences in my 20s and 30s that like in the moment I didn't know were so special. And so now with my age and perspective, I'm like trying to be aware of the things that are special and cool and like enjoy them because life is very short and you don't get this time back. And so it's like enjoy all these moments while you're here. So like when I was in Japan the last time, I didn't I enjoyed the hell out of it, but I wasn't like savoring it like, oh, you don't know when you're coming back here. That was 2018. That's almost 10 years now. And I remember it like it was last year, like you think of these places and you remember the flavors of the food that you had and it's like, oh man. And it was like 8 year, almost 10 years ago. And it's so it the perspective allows you to enjoy today a little bit more, just like sort of little things.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm a
Um,
boring interview. I'm a boring, rambly interview.
no, no, you're not. Like I'm thinking, I'm in my 30s now, and I feel like the clock is like ticking, and I'm like having like a quarter life crisis. But I'm like, as long as I stay looking young, I'll be happy. You look really young. Like you don't
Black
look.
don't crack,
Yeah,
Asian don't raisin, dude. I'm pretty
yeah.
good until I start looking old, and then it's gonna go off a cliff for sure. Like I'm for sure gonna one day. Oh God, how old is he? He's 712 years old. Just old.
Was that hard turning 40 or no?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I have too much other stuff to worry about to like care about the number.
Sure, yeah. As long as you're living life, I feel.
Yeah, dude, enjoy it.
I realized that the other day. I'm like, I really need to enjoy the rest. Uh,
Yeah, you're super young. I like I stopped thinking that 40 was old after I had a conversation with this guy who was 60 and he's like, "Do you know what I would do to be 40?" He's like, "You're so young. You got all this, like, it's the time that you have." And
yeah,
it's like, you're 35. You have so much time, and you're like, you're so young. Like, you should, feel like you're in your 20s still, because being 35 compared to being 60 is like 30 years, dude. That's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
look at a baby. Look at a baby today. That's how a 60-year-old looks at you. Like where you look like, oh my God, look how young they are. That's how 60-year-olds look at us. Like, look how they have so much time. And we don't think about it because we're just like, do. I'm getting old. There was a kid that went on stage at this show recently,
yeah.
and he's like talking about how old he is, and then he was like, I'm 27, and the whole crowd almost booed his ass because he
Really.
was like,
Yeah, and that is
he's
enough.
like he feels like, oh my God, 30 is old, and it's like, you're 27,
Yeah.
chill out. And I think I didn't even really do material that day because I was like, I literally just talked about him for 15 minutes and the crowd was dying. And I was like, basically on stage in front of a group of people telling him, like, to get some perspective, dude. Like, you can't, like, the whole front row was like old people, like 50, 60, 70, like old white hair people. And
Yeah.
he was telling them without even realizing, talking about how old he was. And I was like, do you think, look at this old guy. I was like, how much did you want to punch this kid in the face when he said how old he was? And it was like, it was hilarious, but it's like having some perspective on the time is like something that we don't do when we're in our 20s and 30s. It's
Yeah.
when you become 40 and then you see people that are 60, 70, 80 when you realize like, oh man, all the stuff I worried about when I was a kid is like means nothing. Then still means nothing now. Like that is what old looks like. Like you have a lot of time before you're old.
True. True. That's a good way to put it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Are you too old to like you're too old to do certain things, but you're not old in the definition of the word. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that you're right.
I'm too old. I'm 40. I'm too old to be, you know, hitting up happy hours and doing 8 kamikaze shots in an evening and then trying to function the next day. Yeah, I'm old for that. But like, you're not old in the grand scheme.
Yeah, that is true. Like today, where I feel like everyone is like whatever their age is, they're really like 10 years younger than that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Unless I'm just like, trying to make myself feel better. But no, wise words, wise
Yeah.
words. So this was a fun conversation. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Same, same, same. I have a comedy special that'll be coming out in the next like month or so as well. That'll be material that I'm not doing when you see me. So I'll probably be promoting that like on the tour, which is like pretty exciting.
Oh, okay, cool. Could you give any
Yeah.
like tidbits today?
Like what?
Any
Like what?
info on the kind of
Um, so not really, because we're in our probably second to last round of editing right now, which means I'll get to send it to audio in the next week or so, which is exciting. Um, but with Steven and Angela, I'm gonna hopefully try to sell it to someone first, but then if not, we'll have like a pretty robust like rollout on YouTube and social media and stuff. But I'm very excited. It's material that I worked on for a year. I filmed it in this super cool like 1920s jazz club in San Diego, and and I'm super proud of the material, and I think like everyone's gonna love it, and I'm excited to share it in the next whatever month or so.
Yay, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this has been fun. I'll probably meet you before or after the show in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Thank you, man. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll probably gonna real quick if you want to smile, I'm gonna use this as a cover as part of the cover art for the interview.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll stay in touch. I'll tag you on social media when everything comes out too.
Absolutely, and I'll share it. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry about the tech stuff.
I actually like that because it added like an interesting element. So
Yeah.
it all works out.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll see you soon.
All right, see you soon.
All right, bye.